Welcome to Legwork University. I'm Charlie, and today we'll be reviewing your general settings. Let's get started.
To get to the general settings, head to the top right corner of the screen and click on Settings. Once you do that, you will already be at the general settings. The general settings is where Legwork looks to find the answer to common questions that our templates may have. So for example, when we automatically put the name of your practice into the software, we need to give a place where Legwork can see what that is. So in the general settings, that's what is typically happening here. We're providing all of the information that the system needs in order to automatically fill in important data about your practice to templates and other things that Legwork interacts with. So for example, the name of the practice, we have to have that official company name. The company name, the way it's pronounced using text-to-speech technology. So when we're talking about our automated phone calls, is it saying your practice's name correctly? If not, you can type the name in phonetically, so the way that it sounds, and you can then listen to see if we've hit how that should be pronounced. Underneath that, we have doctors' names, so the names of all the doctors at the practice. Very important for our signature codes. So at the end of a lot of emails or text messages or things like that, we can use a signature code that will automatically put the names of the doctors in these fields into the template as they're spelt here. So again, automated systems, coding that we have needs to pull from somewhere to get this information, and the general settings is where that takes place. The office number, any fax numbers that are relevant, the address of your practice, your website. So that's very important. We need your website URL in here into the general settings. If you want that website to be available to be clicked on in the footer of every email, you can check off the Use Web URL in Email Footer box. The reply to address. Now, this is very important. This is something that whenever a patient responds to an email with an email, so replies to the email, we need to know where to forward that. And whatever email you put inside this field, or we put in this field when we're setting up your account in the onboarding process, will be the email that we try to resend and redirect that email response to. So if we send a confirmation email out to a patient, we don't necessarily ask for them to reply with another email. We just ask them to click on a button inside the email we sent. But if for some reason they reply to that email with another email, we'll attempt to forward this over to this email that you have here inside the reply to address field. If you offer different types of sedation that you want to show up inside Legwork's landing page, you can click on these. If you're utilizing new patient forms with Legwork, we will link to the new patient forms page on your website. This is how the software knows anywhere that we offer, the forms to then kick back to whatever URL we have right here so that people are redirected to those new patient forms. This is a really important part of your search engine optimization with Legwork. By using regular automation like new patient welcome emails that lead to the new patient form section of your site, we're using mundane everyday automation to drive site traffic to your practice, which is a really important aspect of how Legwork software also benefits your website, whether you're with Legwork on web or not. Now, of course, there's a lot more functionality if we're doing your site for you that we can tie in, but this is one of those kind of mundane everyday ways that we help improve your search engine optimization by driving natural traffic from your active patient base into your website. So really important thing there, and that's where we put the URL for that. New patient form ID, this is an internal ID that you don't need to worry about. This is something that our team will be setting up for you if you're using a patient form system that requires it. Most of our practices are using a direct link to go to the website page for the very specific SEO benefits that brings. Booking appointment page URL and booking appointment form ID. These are very similar when we're booking appointments for you using little contact forms and all of that. Sometimes practices want to have that not happen inside the Legwork interface, but have that happen on a book appointment page that we've put onto your website or something like that, again for SEO reasons, or if you're on a non-website account and you would like to link to a appointment booking service that you're using, something outside of Legwork, we can be flexible with that and change that here. Your Facebook URL and page name are pretty straightforward, so just the name of your Facebook page or your URL to your Facebook page, so that anywhere in the software where we're looking for that to place into a template will have the right URL or the right name of the page. Page names are unique to only one entity in Facebook, so if whatever you have inside Facebook as your name, no one else can have that exact same name for the page. So just sometimes if you want to just put in the Facebook page name, that works just fine. The Twitter URL and the Google Plus URL, pretty straightforward. Again, if you want to incorporate any other links to these social media outlets, you can do that. Now the About page inside Legwork's microsite, which is, if you remember, where you also can opt patients out of messaging and different things like that, there is an About the Practice section in there that if you want to customize a little bit of the content that we have, you can actually come in here and give a little intro to your practice and type up whatever you would like right here. By default, we have some copy already written in there for you. Usually have a picture of the doctor as well that's put into that microsite page. But if you want to have a custom little About Me section or About the Practice section on Legwork's microsite, then you could put that in right here. The reviews page ID, you don't have to worry about. This is a legacy feature that's going to be disappearing. This has nothing to do with your Google or Facebook reviews or anything like that, so nothing to worry about there. And the reviews page URL, if you want to have the read our reviews links inside the headers of emails and all of that link to a specific review source like your Google reviews or like your Facebook reviews, you can simply put in the URL to those different review systems, and then that button inside those emails will link directly there. Anytime you make any adjustments or anything to your general settings, simply click the Save Settings button, and that'll take care of adjusting all of that. Now with these settings and all of the settings in the subsequent videos that you can see on the page, just know that most of this is taken care of, if not all of it is taken care of by Legwork in the onboarding process. But if you ever are curious what these are all about and how you can interact with them and what maybe specific things do, that's the main thing we're looking to educate you on in these videos, is to show you, that deeper knowledge for those that are curious. But just know that for most of these situations, there's no reason to be in the settings very often at all. So if you have any questions or concerns about settings, feel free to reach out to support. We are more than happy to help you for anything that you would need. Thank you for watching and have a great day.